Okay, so here's a question in which we are adding up a bunch of numbers. And so notice that first off, we're adding them up. Okay, so how do we add up a whole bunch of numbers like this? It would be terrible to try to do it with our calculator, right? Starting at 5, 6, 7, by hand or even by calculator, 8, 9, 10, all the way to 404. That would take forever. We don't want to do that. So here's the trick that we use. The trick is you write the list forwards and backwards add them up. So step 1, step 2, step 3, divide by 2 at the end, because this is the list twice. So that's the trick. That's the steps we're going to follow. Write the list forwards and backwards, which makes the list twice, right? Add them up and then divide by 2 at the end. All right, so here we go. Let's write the list forward. 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus dot 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 plus 404 all the way to 404. So that's the list's forwards. Forwards. Let me try that again. Forwards, and then I've got to write the list backwards. Okay, so backwards, I start with the 404, and it's going to go down by 1 every time, right? So 403, 402, dot, 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 all the way down to 5. And now we're going to add them up. So add them up. So what's 5 and 404? That's 409. Add these up. 409. See how it's the same total every time? That's why this trick works. You get the same total. They're all 409. Why? Why does that happen? Well, because the list is going up this way and then it's going down that way, so the total remains the same. Okay, so we got a bunch of 409s. Now you can add up a bunch of 409s because they're all the same number. You can add up a bunch of 409s pretty easily by just multiplying by how many 409s you have. But the question is, how many 409s do we have? How many 409s do we have? Well, basically, we have one for every term, right? Because 5 leads to a 409, the 6 leads to a 409, the 7 leads to a 409, all the way to the 404. So we have a 409 for every term in the original sequence. So the question really is, how many terms, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 404, I'm sorry, 404, because, right, that's the last term. Every one of those terms ends up becoming a total of 409, ends up being a 409. Well, how many terms are there? Well, I think we can figure that out pretty easily, right? There's 404. We're skipping 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? To go from 5 all the way to 404, you're skipping 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're missing 4 terms. So take the 404 total minus 4, and you get 400 terms. There's got to be 400 terms in going from 5 to 404, because you skipped 1, 2, 3, and 4. You skipped 4 terms. So take 404, subtract 4. There's 400 terms. So we have 400 terms, each equal to 409, don't we? All these 409s, there must be 400 of them. So the total equals 400 times 409, but don't forget, divide by 2, because this is the list twice, remember? Forwards and backwards. So that's the list twice. So 400 times 409 divided by 2, I'm getting 81,800. There we go. There's the total. So we were able to add up all those numbers. Let me run over it again. What was the method? To add up a bunch of numbers like this, write the list forwards and then backwards, and when you add them up, you get the same total every time because one list is going up and the other is going down. So the same total. And then you say, well, how many 409s? Well, it goes from 5 all the way to 404. So it skips 1, 2, 3, and 4. So subtract 4. There's 400 terms there. So 400 409s, but then divide by 2 because it's the list forwards and backwards twice. 81,800.